Welcome back, Nick and Lex here. Thank you so much for joining me to a new episode of Music with Nick. Today I'm super excited. Look, I even put my Genesis t-shirt on, the only one that I own for the occasion. Today we're going to react to some Genesis, to some newly remastered, or newly not remastered, but it is basically Genesis from the archives, and it was through this the amazing technology, you know, that they have nowadays. This was from the master tapes, and they basically cleaned it up, and this is basically called this was released on the Midnight Special channel back in the 70s. I'm gonna get to the songs in a second, but I wanted to say that we were super lucky, all of us, because this has been well restored, or yeah, it looks a lot better, and this only happened a couple of weeks ago. So so this marathon is sponsored by our dear friend, and I would say he is in the comment section very, very much involved. KBREWSKI, I'm sure a lot of people know him just from the comment section. You know, he's just very involved. A lot of information. I got a behemoth of information on these 3 videos, which is, I'm super happy to even put. If you, I think I'm gonna ask KBREWSKI first, but I mean, this is all information that is very much great information for fans and for me, you know. But it's just like I can't, I guess, present all the information, because it would just take me a couple of minutes, or like 10 or so. But I'm super excited. I wanted to thank, first of all, KBREWSKI for, you know, supporting the channel, for making this video happen, for sponsoring this all Genesis reaction that I'm gonna pull up in a second. We're gonna do only videos, video reaction. We're not gonna do any audio without video, only video, and so it's gonna be super fun. These used to be blurry, grainy, you know, so this is a super upgrade. So I do want to credit, of course, the channel called Midnight Special, where it was first, you know, filmed, and now with the master copies, they've come out with these cleaner versions. So we're gonna do first with the classic lineup: Peter Gabriel, Tony Banks, Steve Hackett, Mike Rutherford, and Phil Collins. We're gonna do the first song, which is The Watcher of the Skies, live on Midnight Special, and this was filmed on January 25th, 1974. That's the first one we're gonna do. Now keep in mind, this is done for TV. The people behind the cameras are sometimes not Genesis fans, and they don't really know what's going on. They don't know what to film at one, so that can be a little bit frustrating. But KBREWSKI did warn me, like, just keep in mind this was released for TV. Now the second one is the musical box, live as well on the Midnight Special YouTube channel. Check out the channel, support the channel, subscribe to the channel if you're a Genesis fan. This is also from January 25th, 1974, basically the same show, and this is also been restored, and of course same lineup. And here we get some Peter Gabriel with some crazy makeup and in his costumes. Unfortunately, no, you know, intros by Gabriel, but we're still gonna enjoy this very, very much. Now, the third video is gonna be Dance on Volcano. Then we're gonna have a drum duet, and then we're gonna play Los Endos, all live. This is from the ABACAB tour 1981. This is from the King Biscuit Flower Hour radio broadcast from Nassau, New York City, November 29th, 1981. And this is just, we have, of course, on the lead vocals now and drums, Phil Collins. We have Tony Banks still on the keyboards. My for me, he's like my favorite member of the band. I'm just a super fan of Tony Banks. Mike on the bass, and then we're gonna have Chester Thompson on the left side, Phil Collins on the right side. Check out the solo. And then we have lead guitars Daryl Stürmer on dance and Los Endos. All right. So he gave me kind of like a tip. When would be good to pause? I'm going to keep that in mind. So this is a Genesis medley. And this was used to close the shows during 76, 77, 78, 80, and 81. And then basically they stopped doing it that way in the future. So, but yeah, there's so much information here. It would take me a long time to get through, but I'll leave it in the comment section so you can, also, you learn a little bit more. I mean, maybe if you're already a Genesis fan, you will know this, but there's a lot of people who are not that familiar with Genesis, so that's why I'll put it in the description. So, okay, without further ado, we're gonna start it off with the first video. Give me one moment, I'll be right back. All right, and here we go. Here we have Peter Gabriel's eyes in the first frame. So just keep in mind the video is gonna start right away with the music, no introduction, and enjoy. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here again. Remember, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, give it a thumbs down, like or subscribe, whatever you like to do. Here we go with the first video, Watcher of the Skies, Genesis, the Midnight Special. Here we go. Very nice.
His eyes behold the light alone. To shape this flag and soil. Now their reign has come to end. Is life again destroyed life? Do they play elsewhere? Do they know more than their child games? as one. Think not now, but just begun. No mercy has the sea. Will you survive the ocean without the end? Coronation children, hear what I say. It's the body council for you to wait. Sadly now your course to the stars. Though you're gone, you know you have to go. Watcher of the skies, watch your go. This is your fate alone. This is your own.
Well, I think there's never a really good moment to pause Genesis. It's just like, they're so it's so, I guess, so different from anything else, especially when I look at it like this, the makeup and the music. I mean, the progginess is there definitely already, but like KBREWSKI warned me, there's not a lot of movement. There's more, it's more focused on Peter Gabriel, which is fine, I think, because he is so, the way he moves, it's almost like he does it, of course, to get attention, and with that like almost Dracula looking thing behind his head, and then the cape, and it's so theatrical, it's so interesting. But I mean, there were some great shots. Mike, I guess, you could only see a little bit picking on the bass, and then Phil got a couple of shots in there. Tony Banks had, I think, the best view. You could really see his fingers, even though he was kind of like filmed from behind, from his back. And but then I think Steve had some really good shots as well. Like, I guess everyone really you can, I mean, it is a TV, you know, that's what it is. With, like he warned me, you know, with TV programs, they don't really know what's going on, you know, so they're kind of like trying to get their best shot, so they don't know about the changes and when they occur. But I mean, I think it was still a great video. The quality is amazing, you know, it looks like a DVD or like a Blu-ray. It must even be so cool for the band themselves, you know, to see themselves, you know, 50 years ago performing this in their 20s. It's ridiculous, you know. I love it. I did get a commercial there, but I'm gonna try and, you know, play them a couple of minutes, leave them on, or maybe like you, and then while I'm not watching, so it doesn't get a commercial interruption. But I mean, it just happens, you know. I'm sure it happens even on our channel. So give me a second. I'm gonna pull up the next video. Give me 1 minute. All right, so here we have the second video, the musical box. Now that's the song, of course. Now I'm familiar with this whole, it's like almost like a flashback, because as everybody knows, well, if you're on our Patreon, we reacted to a full concert of you know, of the musical box, the band performing this whole concert. And even like the background is the same, the way they're sitting is literally the same, their clothes are literally the same, the makeup, and so it is like watching it again, but now I'm actually watching the real band, you know, which is kind of cool. So of course I am familiar, but I've only seen it like once. I've heard the musical box a few times now. Also, the reason Alexia's not present, she's just like, it's too long for her. And not that she's not a Genesis fan, she loves Genesis to death, but I'm like the Genesis, you know, I'm more into Genesis than all the other bands. Yeah, like I'm more into Genesis than Yes. I'm more into Genesis than, you know, all the other progressive rock bands that we've heard. I don't know why. I think there's something about them that I just like a little bit more than she does. I don't know why, but yeah, I mean, she of course wants to be present in most of our reactions, but I told her, hey, you know, this video is going to be about 30 minutes long, and she's like, I'm sorry, but I just can't, you know. So sorry about that. So, but I'm you know, I'll react by myself. But okay, now we have the musical box, same concert, same night. So let's see what's gonna happen here. But I can't wait. So here we go, and I hope you enjoy. Here we go.
I may join with you. All your hearts now seem so far from me. It hardly seems to matter now. And the nurse will tell you lies of a kingdom beyond the skies. The time lost within this half world, it hardly seems to matter now. Play me my song. Here it comes again, again and again and again and again. Play me my song. Here it comes again.
One thing, real quick. That is crazy how he was tapping the guitar and then they credit like Randy Rhoads of Van Halen. This happened in the 70s or 74. Way, I mean, 4 years before Van Halen actually made their first record with Eruption and all that. So that's crazy that a lot of people think that he came up with that technique. I know that an Italian player in the 20s came up with that technique or something, but that's the, you know, the misconception of rock sometimes, because he was clearly tapping. Really cool. Let's go back a little bit because I like that transition of the flute here. Let's go. Paul muting.
His bow, and he called his fiddlers 3. Tick tock, on the mantelpiece, and I want, and I feel, and I touch, and I know.
Looks insane.
She's a lady, she's got time. Oh, brush back your hair and let me get to know your face.
That looks insane.
She's a lady, she is mine. Oh, brush back your hair and let me get to know your flesh.
What a trip.
I'll be waiting here so long, and all this time the passed me by. It doesn't seem to matter now. there with your fixed expression, casting doubt on all I have to say. Why don't you touch me? Touch me, why don't you touch me? Touch me, touch me, thou, 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 thou. Thou, 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 thou. Thou, 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 thou. Thou, 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 hey. Thou, 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 hey.
Wow. Wow. This was so good. I love the shots. Let's see. Let's put this down. There were some really cool shots from, I've never really seen a young Tony Banks. That was super cool. I love that Mike was on the guitar, and you know, I think because of the bass can also be played on the keyboards. So there were two guitars, and then there was some nice shots of Phil as well. And I love that this was super unexpected when he came up with the mask. I think in the other concert, they didn't put like an old prosthetic on. I think it was some kind of like, I don't know, just something weird. But this obviously sold it way more because he was even doing like the whole walk. He had down the walk, he had down the movement. I love Peter Gabriel's theatrics. They're just so well. They put you in the, you know, in the mind frame of the song way more than, of course, when you listen to it, just audio, it's great, but the way he was just moving and he's an actor, you know, he's an actor and a performer, and it's very theatrical, and I really enjoyed that. And it looks very good. That prosthetic was like not, that was like the real deal. That was like some Star Wars, pre-Star Wars, or I don't know, like Hollywood. It just looked very good. And it sold it. It sold the song, and great performance. I could feel sometimes there was a little stutter, maybe like a little buffering going on. I don't know. It's just the video. It's definitely not the connection. The internet connection would be a very fast internet, but I don't know. It could be, you know, maybe the rendering of the video, but there were some like little moments where it seemed like that. But this was a great performance. Can't wait now for the you know, the little trilogy that we're gonna listen to, the little medley. So I'm gonna pull that up as well. So hope you're having a great time as much as I am. Give me one moment. All right, and here we are. Now, correction here real quick, because I just read KBREWSKI's notes, and this is, I mean, it is a video, but it's not a live video. So it's a live recording with, you know, archival like photographs of the event. So it's not a video. I'm still gonna let it run here on the side, but it's not like, you know, you can't see them really play. So let's just focus on the audio, and that's what we're gonna do. So here we go. I'm super excited about this. Genesis, Dance on Volcano, the drum solo, Los Endos, and this is live in Long Island, 1981. Unfortunately, there is no, you know, recording of this live, the video, but we'll just focus on the audio. So here we go. Let's have fun. Here we go.
You got to go fast through the night to get to the top. Dirty old mountain all covered in smoke. Just continue to slow. You better start doing it right. Yes, you better start doing it right. Alright. Better start doing it right. Halfway up, halfway down. Back on your back, keeps turning you around. Throwing away, you won't need it up there. But remember, you don't look back. Whatever you do, better start doing it right. Alright. Oh, you better start doing it right. On your left, on your right, buses are green, the buses are blue. Your friends didn't make it through. Out of the fire and into the light, out of the dark and into the night. That's the way that heroes go. No, 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 no. To a cranky mountain, blazing hot mountain rock, spills out over the land, oh, and the lover's the lover, and it shouts away. If you don't want to boil as well, well, you better start that dance. Do you wanna dance with me? Alright. But first you better start doing it right. Alright. You know what I mean? The music's playing, notes are right. Put your left foot first, and move it to the right. The edge of this hill is the edge of the world. You're gonna cross, you better start doing it right. Better start doing it right. Oh, 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 you better start doing it right. Alright, 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 alright.
All right, so we KBREWSKI called for 4:45 to be the best. Pause and then let's just let it run. And I agree. This man, Dance on Volcano. I've heard it, of course, on the original album, and that album. I love Phil Collins's stay so much as well, as Peter Gabriel's. I can't really figure out which I like more. I think they're perfect in their own respective ways. Like Peter Gabriel brought an amazing amount of goodness to the band, but so did Phil Collins. And he was there from the start, so he kind of like earned the right to be, the singer. And even though they were like, they didn't really know if he could pull it off, but he did, and he's just amazing. I love both of them, and when they sing together, even more. But I can appreciate both versions of Genesis, and even the Genesis they became later, a more commercial 80s Genesis. I love it all, I eat it all up. But yeah, it's just been a great experience, this whole marathon the two videos. Now this, even though it's not a video, I can totally imagine them playing. Being a musician, you know, you have a lot of visual aid because I've been around instruments for, you know, so many years, and so it's really helpful. And of course, I'd like to see how they looked like, you know, on that particular evening or year in their lives. But it's a great trip. Thank you so much for taking me down this memory lane, of course, and all you Genesis fans. I know how passionate you guys are with this band. So let's keep going. We're gonna let it run to the end. We're gonna enjoy the drum solos and Los Endos as well, and let's keep enjoying. I'm gonna I wanted to see this this timeline, but now I'm gonna, you know, turn it off so we can just enjoy. Here we go. Man, oh man, what a freaking awesome performance. Man, that's like the only thing that I'm always gonna regret. To never have seen Genesis live, and we did have, the opportunity to do it. Especially when we moved to the US, and the thing, but it's amazing how fast this band has gotten to be one of my favorite bands, alongside with, Pink Floyd. For me, Pink Floyd was always the pinnacle of what I thought, was, the old prog rock. I always viewed it more as psychedelic rock, but it had its elements. My favorite album has always been Animals, because of the progginess and their long songs, and just like the changes and the whole shebang of those songs are just like amazing. I do love, The Wall and Dark Side and all that stuff, but it's more commercial, for my taste. But they're literally like, for me, even though I don't know that much Genesis, but I mean, when we did the full album with this song, A Trick of the Tail, like, it was just like, wow. And I remember even not liking, this song as much, and people were like, what is your, like, this is like the best song, it's my favorite one. But when I literally, on the day after we did the full album, I listened to it again, I was like, damn, it is a good song, it is a really good song. But this was just perfect. It was a great medley. There's amazing tributes to Genesis from artists that I used to listen to, the Dream Theater guys, there's some great tributes to Rush, ELP. It's just, and I don't know, and I always ignored those tributes because I just didn't know what was going on. We were like pretty much in the dark about everything, prog, like 70s prog, Rush and Emerson, Lake and Palmer and Gentle Giant, and we're just, and now we're getting into these bands, and Genesis is one of those that have won me over very, very quickly. I'm just like, everything feels right. It's just the music that I like to listen to, and also the music that I like to compose, like, stuff. It's just like that kind of progginess that I like, and it not too much. It's not like, there's some bands that are just, it's a little bit too saturated. For example, I'm not going to say any names because I don't want to get that flack, but there's just a couple of bands that for me are a little bit too much, too out there. But yeah, Genesis is just the right amount of virtuosity and imagination, and just like, I don't know, it's just beautiful. So I had a lot of fun. Thank you so much, KBREWSKI, for this marathon. This was definitely a blast. Let me know, everybody, of course, who watched this, what do you think? Which was the song that captured you the most, and when did you start listening to Genesis? Was it like it right at the beginning? Was it when Phil took over the vocals? Like, let me know which is your favorite. And there's also a lot of people who's like, oh yeah, after this album I stopped. I'm not that way. Even I have my favorite bands who kind of like also put like maybe not the best album out there, but I never stop listening to my bands just because they have 2 or 3 or 5 years of not as successful albums. I mean, it's because musicians go through some kind of change, and they do want to change it up. They don't want to sound like the previous album, so they do have to change it up, and I do respect that a lot. So just because it sounds different doesn't mean it's bad, and that's just my philosophy when I listen to music. And it has happened to most of my bands that I listen to. They of course change it up, they change the formula, try to reinvent the sound, and it always happens. So, but I never completely drop one of my bands. It's just like not what I do, but I understand, So again, thank you so much for this. This was amazing. Thank you, KBREWSKI, again for sponsoring the video. I do appreciate it very much. I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.